Hi guys, welcome back to some more Lad's Garage. We are back at it with the Suburban. Or, I don't know, is this technically Suburban? So what we have done, we have already tested this thing. It don't have any compression on number 4 cylinder. So I've gone through, we pulled the spark plug's covered in oil. The ones around it are clean. I have pulled the valve cover and cranked it over, and the valves are going like that. So I know the valves aren't stuck open, in theory. What else did I? Oh, I did a compression check myself to make sure number 4 didn't have any compression. Sure enough, number 4 had no compression. So that kind of leaves me with two options. Either to start taking things apart, or we come up with an idea to check and see where the compression is going. Is it going out the intake? Is it going out the exhaust? Is it going out the oil pan? Where is it going? That is the question. I mean, it could be going out the valley for all I know. So I come up with some people call it a leak down tester, but went to Harbor Freight, bought a kit. I'll show you that here in a minute, but it comes with these hoses. Got an end on it that you can, a quick coupler for a regular air hose. And this end will screw into your spark plug tester. I bought me one of these contraptions. Normally use it to hair up tires, but I changed out the end and put me a quick connect on it. So I can hook up any air tool I want to this. But what we're going to do is screw this into the spark plug hole, connect it to this contraption, and then we're going to put some air to it, see if we can't hear air coming out somewhere. Hopefully it's coming out the top or the exhaust instead of, I don't have the drain plug out, but I'll be able to tell if it ain't coming out the top or somewhere else, then, well, it'll probably be going out the bottom. Which at that point, we'll know we got us a boat anchor that we're going to have to pull out and probably rebuild. But either way, we're probably pulling the heads on this anyway. So hopefully how this contraption is going to work. You can see we got it ran down into the spark plug hole. We got our connector here. Hopefully when we pull this trigger we can hear where it's going. That's a good sign. See if we can hear it. Sounds like it's coming out of the intake. We got a bent valve. A second. Let's pull this thing off and see if we can't hear it a little better. Alright, let's try this. Let's sucker up. Let's see. If I will show it's coming out the intake. Heck yeah. It might not be so bad. We might be able to just pull the head off, clean the intake up. Might have some carbon built up in it. I don't know. We shall see. Well, I went ahead and rotated the engine around a few times and made sure both the exhaust and intake both were closed on this. And just to be safe, I would, like I said, we rotated it and we're still getting air out of up there. So we could have possible buildup of carbon on the valve. Chances are with it blowing straight out the intake. There's really two options. Head could be cracked right there and pushing air out. I guess there's multiple options. Air could be going out through a crack. Valve could be bent or broken or burnt. Or there could be carbon built up in the valve seals. So or it could just be bad valve seat. I don't know. I'm gonna see. Billy's got a camera. I think we can shove up in there and see what's going on. I don't think it's a busted piston at this point or anything on the bottom end. I think it's definitely a top end issue. I don't know. Maybe go get some sea foam and drip it through the intake. I don't know. There's a million different options. I mean, I've done that before. Had the sea foam treatment done to a car. It helped it out, don't get me wrong. I don't know if I got the right stuff to do a drip down on it to, you know, start the Suburban up and let it run and see if it don't clean the carbon out if that's the case. So we're gonna keep digging on this. I don't think it's something major because it's got good oil pressure, so that's why I wasn't really concerned with the bottom end. It's got good oil pressure. It seems to run okay, other than just sounds like it's missing, so it ain't got no compression. I don't know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. These two are gonna be upset if I ever get this thing running and start driving. They don't get to play in it.
Yeah.
You wanna ride in it?
Yeah.
You wanna drive it?
Yeah.
You wanna do a burnout in it? Burnouts?
Yeah.
Since you wanna do burnout?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll blow that 4L60 out, kid. Okay, guys. So how this usually works. I usually try the easiest method first when I'm working on something, and it usually fails me. So I'm gonna use a scope that was loaned to me by my buddy Burrington. We're gonna look into the cylinder wall, or in through the spark plug hole, I should say, not the cylinder wall. We're gonna look in there real quick and see, hopefully, see if we can see what's going on in the valving. You know, all the air is coming up out of the intake, so that just means to me something's going on there on number 4's intake side of the valve. So I'm gonna pull the spark plug out real quick, check it out, and hopefully we don't see nothing alarming and go from there. Well, I went ahead and scoped out the cylinder best I could. Good thing is cylinder wall looks good inside there. I figured it was because we got good oil pressure and no coolant in the water. Yeah, but it was hard to get in on the valves. I can tell you the exhaust valve looks great. Intake valve's a little more difficult to get onto because of the way the header is and leverage and all that fun stuff. But from what I could see of it, everything looked okay. Unless it's chipped on the far side. But from where I could see it, everything looked okay. So we're going to go to the next step and see if it does anything for us. The next solution is to run a mechanic in the can, rebuild in the can, specifically for trucks and SUVs, because it knows exactly what it's going in. And I'll be honest with you, I have never done this before, so I'll probably do it wrong, and some of you real mechanics will probably be out there saying, why don't you just fix it right, Clint? Why? I'm trying to do this as cheap as I can. My theory is, if it's just something so stupid that a can of seafoam can't fix it, I don't know. I figure if seafoam can fix it, we probably ought to go ahead and do that route. It's probably safer than me trying to tear something apart and trying to put it together. Let's be honest. Shade tree mechanic might be an over compliment for me. I don't know. They say to start it up and let it warm up a minute, so that's what we're going to do. I did discover this thing's got a Flowmaster on it. Yeah, good. Let it warm up a minute. We'll put some rebuild in the can in it through it. I really don't know how much you're supposed to do this with or any of that fun stuff, but Everything I've seen, I don't know. We'll get it figured out. Hey, it's already smoking. We're gonna find something else to pour this in with. Well, we have used about, I don't know, half a can. I don't know if we're supposed to use more or less, but we got it smoking. We'll see if, oh, that smells good. We'll see if it starts clearing out any. I say let it run until it quits smoking or something, I don't know. Surprised neighbors ain't come over to check, see what I got going on. Like old Cheech and Chong back there. Went ahead and I dumped the rest of the can in there. Figure, well, it started running smoother there for a minute, and then we're actually going to shut it off for a minute, let the stuff soak for a few. So it actually, we ran the first half of the can through. It actually seemed like it smoothed out and ran okay for a few minutes. And then once it quit smoking, it kind of started doing that whole spitter sputter thing again. So, and that could also be because we don't have the mass airflow sensor and all that hooked up too, making it run a little rough. But we are, I don't know. I'm not going to say we fixed it yet. We're going to let it sit for, they say, about 5 minutes. How long have we been doing this? Let's see here. I don't know. We'll let it sit for a few minutes and we'll start it back up. They said, you know, once it's warmed up, I don't know. Something about it soaking in. I don't know. I'm not no mechanic or seafoam expert, but we're working on it. Okay, so it's been like 10 minutes. I think we're supposed to wait 5, but see if this thing will start. If I can get the key to come on. Go on. Ow. All right. Yeah, some smokage. Still running a little rough. A little smoke out of it. I don't know, kids. Maybe we'll see if we can hook up the mass airflow sensor and stuff. I know that they'll run a little rough on that because it's not getting the right air fuel mixture, but I don't know. Sounds like it's clearing up a little bit. Oh yeah, I see the smoke show. I went ahead and pulled the plug back out, double checked, make sure we had spark, which we did. Good spark too. So I went ahead and pulled while the plug was out and the Suburban was running, and I could hold my hand way back here, and it felt like somebody just tapping my hand with the spark plug out of hole. So I thought, well, let's try the compression tester. Not today, Gilligan. I don't know. Unfortunately, with the way my schedule is, well, this daggum thing ain't gonna want to come out now, but the way my schedule is here for the next couple months, correction, the way my schedule is for the rest of my lifetime, it seems like, they're pretty busy, so I might have to talk to my wife, maybe talk around to a few of my mechanic friends and see what they would charge to look at digging into this, and maybe getting some video for me of them digging in, because we're outside. This time of year is kind of unpredictable whether it's going to rain or not. Depending on the severity of it, I might have to actually have the head sent off for work or order a head for it. Or in that case, might just go ahead and get a full set, get both sides for heads. I don't know yet for sure, but that's kind of about where we're at right now. Is we tried to rebuild in the can, but the way the camera was in there, I mean, it's very well possible something could have been happening on the other side of the valve that I just couldn't see, which is very well possible. But as far as fixing it, nothing fixed it that we tried today. So unfortunately, the next step is tearing it apart, getting into the head, seeing what's going on there. Very unfortunate. So, till next time, we'll see you later. God bless you.